Hey there, YouTube fam. This is Fragments of Memory, aka the Armchair Philosopher. Now, I had to respond to a quote that I read. A young lady I know on Facebook posted it. And here's what the quote basically says: Americans have an inability to relax into sheer pleasure. Ours is an entertainment seeking nation, not a pleasure seeking one. Americans work more stressful hours than anyone in the world and get burned out and have to spend the whole weekend in our pajamas eating cereal straight out of the box and staring at the TV in a mild coma. Americans don't really know how to do nothing. Elizabeth Gilbert. I guess she's the author of Eat, Pray, Love. Never read the book. And of course, from what I hear about the book, she sounds selfish. But I like the quote only because we do live in a nation where we're constantly bombarded with stimuli. And we really don't know how to do nothing because even when you look at television or play video games, you're still receiving some type of stimulus. Even on vacation, we bring our cell phones and Blackberries and Trios and Androids and Palm Pilots with us. So we're not really relaxing on the vacation. Or when people travel, they always want to do their work, or they always have to be plugged up into the internet, or they always have to be doing something quote unquote productive. We're always trying to produce, even in our hours where we're not supposed to produce, we still trying to produce. I even hear over in Europe that vacation time is longer and everyone and they're a little less stressed. And I'm sure that someone can probably give an argument as to why that doesn't work for everyone. Now, um, I would agree with some parts of that. We don't really know how to just sit and do nothing. We always have to have some stimulus. We're always a culture looking for stimulation, even when we're not working. Now, one article actually commented on this quote. One article, I was looking through some blogs to talk about this. And one blogger talked about how because America was founded by Puritans, basically, many of the original settlers had that Puritan belief system, so that whole idea of good, strong work ethic will keep you away from idle things. You know, like an idle hands of the devil's workshop. If you ever heard that quote. So even today, and me being a man from the Midwest, we definitely have that Christian salt of the earth vibe going on here. Just that idea of work keeps you away from bad things. Like if I'm at a job, I won't have time to go run down to the bar or run to the local strip club or go run around chasing women or whatever the case might be. I'll be at work focused on doing my job, focusing on ascending in position at whatever company I work at. What else? And I just think that to a certain degree, I think work is a good thing. It keeps people out of trouble. Being hardworking and industrious is a good thing. However, I think we can overdo that too. We can overdo work. We can overdo, just like we can overdo play, we can also overdo work. And I see this all the time play out at my job. I just work at this one job where everyone seems to be in a hurry, and it doesn't necessitate everyone being in a hurry. Everyone's on the phone, on the cell phone all the time, and everybody just has to be plugged up. This is probably why I don't have texting. I don't have texting. I don't have the most electronic that I do actually own myself is a Nook book where I read the book electronically, but I still have books that I can turn the pages on. So I'm not anti-technology. I think technology is wonderful, like the CD player, the DVD player. I think those are beautiful things, but I think they're good in moderation. I just think we're a culture that constantly needs to be stimulate me, entertain me, keep me busy somehow. So though we have good hard work, and I think it gives some shape to our lives, I also think we go to the graves earlier, we stressed out, we ready to break down at a moment's notice. It's like a weird madhouse here. I'm not saying that any other nation isn't beset by problems, but there's still that. Okay, got a brain fart there for a minute because I'm trying to spit it out. Every nation is beset by problems, yet we do have our own set of problems. And let's not try to say this other person has these problems. It doesn't negate the problems that we have. Let us keep it all in perspective. So, my question to everyone is what do you think? Do you think that many it's tout Americans as being lazy? I would say that Americans statistically are hardworking people, hardworking and industrious people. Do you think Americans need a little less work time and more rest time, or less rest time and more work time? I would go for the former instead of the latter, just because we seem to be a stressed out, running around rat race type of a culture. Throw me your view if you care. Be easy like Sunday morning. Take care.